Good morning and welcome to Kramer's Corner. This is the daily technical update and it is Thursday the 11th of January. This edition is sent from the home office on this cold day in January. So yesterday in US markets we had S&P 500 within few cents from the previous peak here just recorded just before Christmas, before New Year's, between Christmas and New Year. And we have RSI closing back above the upper falling trend line, indicating we are likely to see higher levels on the US market. And here S&P 500 138.2 projection of this little correction we had here at 48.35 seems likely to be tested, but we could move higher towards 4900 in coming weeks. The Nasdaq 100 was lagging a little bit, and it was primarily due to the fact that semiconductors were a little bit weak yesterday. It actually dropped 0.34%. It was primarily driven by transportation, uranium, and cybersecurity. Cybersecurity was doing very great yesterday, or very well yesterday. But we reached the 786 retracement at 16,815 here, and we also had the RSI back above 60, and if it breaks back above the and closes above the upper falling trend line, which I believe we'll see in a few days, possibly today, maybe tomorrow, then confirmed uptrend there also, and we could test 17,000 fairly shortly, and then there are room for higher levels. On the European markets, DAX, let's start with EUROSTOXX 50. I jumped a little bit ahead there. We can see that the EUROSTOXX is trading a little bit higher. Here we have the future also pointing higher, but we are not in a confirmed uptrend yet. But however, there are strong indications since we are actually breaking above this upper falling trend line right there. Let's have a look at the actual index, the CAC index. So it actually broken. Testing at the moment. If we do get a close above 60, well, then there is potential for higher levels also on EUROSTOXX. So they're being tracked a little bit higher by the US market. Here we have the DAX index also trading higher this morning. Bounced to the 618 retracement right there at 16,700 and change. We have currently RSI back above the upper falling trend line. It is back above the 60 threshold, indicating we are likely to see higher levels on DAX. Also, the Amsterdam market currently back above 781, and if it does close above 781 today, I think we will see a move higher here in coming weeks, and that will be confirmed if we can get the RSI back above the 60 level. The Belgian market still struggling with the 3,742 resistance, but it does have some support here at the lower rising trend line, so keep an eye on that. If we take out this resistance there, and if we take out and closes above the 60 threshold, well, then there is a further upside potential for the Belgian market. The CAC, not that surprisingly, I would say, 7,405 has been holding on, closed above 5 days in a row, even though it's tried really hard to take it out. Well, a move towards 75.26 seems likely, but there's a little bit of resistance, and we also have the 21 moving average declining a little bit there, so it could be a little bit of a struggle to get back above, but I do believe it will happen, especially if we get the RSI back above 60. Finally, on the SMI, Switzerland here, moving higher today, and I think we could reach 11,400 here in the coming days or weeks. Euro dollar trying to tick higher. It's still holding on nicely above this rising trend line here. 110 is the level to look out for. If it does break above, I think we will see a move towards 111, 111.40, possibly higher. On cable is being rejected this morning at 127.71. A break back above and a break back above the rising trend line, then we are likely to see a move towards 129, possibly higher. And also if we can get RSI back above the 60 level. Dollar yen Dollar yen closed yesterday, broke back above and closed yesterday about 144.95 resistance. That was key resistance. Next one is 146.60 and 147.50. Very strong resistance area around here. What is interesting is you should keep an eye on RSI. Did get rejected at the 60 threshold. We need a close above 60 for further upside potential. On the other yen pairs here, we have Euro yen that actually also went higher and closed well above the resistance at 158.55 to the 61.8 retracement at 160. It did close above the 60 threshold yesterday, so we are in a confirmed bullish trend, and I think we'll move higher towards the 162 with the 786 retracement here in coming days. We could expect a little bit of a setback, and also we have CPI numbers coming out, so that can cause a little bit of a volatility, or maybe even larger volatility later today. But let's see. Aussie yen has closed above its 97.58 resistance, but we didn't get a close above 60 on the RSI, so that's something you should keep an eye on. Will it slide back, and was it just a false break, or will it actually move higher? I bet my money is on the moving higher to 98.55. So, but let's see here. Today could be crucial. Sterling yen also higher, with a bang, basically. Still below the upper part of the clouds. It's really testing at the moment, but today or tomorrow I think we'll see a break out of it and possibly move higher, which is confirmed by the RSI being above 60 right there. Moving on to the dollar index. Dollar index, I will still say this is the range that it needs to break out of. It is between 102.83 and 101.62. You need a breakout from that range before any direction. My money is on the 101.62 to be taken out, and we will see the dollar index moving lower. But let's see. The picture could be changed later today when we have CPI numbers coming out from US. Gold is still trading range bound here between 2017 and trying to get higher. It is debatable if it can actually do that, but keep an eye on this. It's really key. 2017, and then we could see a drop to 2000, and then there could be further downside pressure, but very strong support down here at 1973. However, if we do move back above 2045, the minor resistance at 2064 is likely to be tested, and then we could be back in a bullish trend. Silver still quite depressed, to say the least, but it is trying again this morning to get back above. It actually closed back below this 786 retracement at 22.96. So the pressure is to the downside, where we have some support at the lows here over mid-December, 22.50 around that, but we're not really there. What is interesting is that we have the RSI being below 40. So 22.50 is really crucial. If it does take it out, well, then suddenly there is a further downside potential. But let's see again, dancing sideways. Let's see if it can't start moving higher in coming times. But that will also be decided by what the other metals do. And here we have another one. Platinum really sell off the past 2 weeks after this very strong uptrend, very close to the 786 retracement at 916. Interestingly, we have the RSI threshold of 40 being held, so that is the key level to watch out for. I think we will see a bounce back towards the 950.52 level. Copper bouncing off this trend line again, and that's why I'm keeping it. It seems like there's some really interesting levels there, and also the 382 pivot, I will call it. If we get back above that level, and especially if we take the peak out here at 384, I think we'll see copper resuming uptrend with potential up to 400. But for now, key support 372. Keep an eye on that one. On the energy front, WTI, well, really boring at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot of talk, and it's up a little bit, it's down a little bit. But in the bigger picture, or here the short term, we are just trading range bound between 69 and 74 on the WTI. Brent crude oil also range bound between 75 and 79, so not really much. We need a breakout from there, and my money is still that we will slightly we will move lower in coming days. But let's see. But the upper falling trend lines there, and the simple moving averages are actually declining, so there the underlying sentiment is bearish. We have the US 10-year Treasury yields. Let's zoom in a little bit. I think we will see a setback to 3.9%, which is the 618 retracement of this little uptrend here. Whether we can get down to 385. Possibly we can see it start moving over here on the RSI. If it does close or break below 40, well, then there could be further downside on the US 10-year Treasuries. All right, that's all for today. Have a nice day and happy trading.